The Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, commonly referred to as SOHO, has provided humanity with some of the most striking and puzzling images ever recorded of our Sun. Designed as a scientific mission to study solar weather and protect satellites and communication systems on Earth, the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory has also, unintentionally, become a source of mystery and debate. Among its vast collection of data are images that reveal far more than solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and streams of solar wind. These images, circulated widely across various platforms, appear to show a massive circular object emerging close to the Sun, sparking endless discussion about what such an anomaly might represent. The object in question is unlike any ordinary artifact or natural celestial phenomenon. It takes the shape of a vast disk, its symmetry and definition sharply separating it from the surrounding chaos of solar radiation and plasma. The disk-like outline is clear and recognizable, almost mechanical in its arrangement. Its presence so close to the blazing surface of the Sun raises questions that science has yet to adequately answer. What draws the greatest intrigue is not simply the object's shape, but the circumstances of its appearance. Witnesses who have studied the footage claim that the object does not drift slowly into frame like a comet or asteroid would. Instead, it seems to suddenly appear as though it has uncloaked or revealed itself after having been hidden from view. Some argue that a burst of solar activity may have disrupted whatever cloaking or concealment it used, briefly outlining its shape against the intense radiation of the solar surface. Others suggest that it arrived at that exact moment, emerging from the vast darkness of deep space and positioning itself near the Sun. The image of the Sun with a tiny blue dot placed beside it offers one of the most humbling lessons in scale. That small dot represents Earth, our home, a world teeming with life, history, and civilizations. Yet, when set against the sheer magnitude of the Sun, Earth becomes almost invisible, a fragile speck adrift in the immensity of space. The Sun is so vast that over 1 million Earths could fit within it, and its gravitational pull dominates every planet, moon, and comet within our solar system. When this comparison is placed alongside the mysterious circular object observed in the other images, the implications grow even more astonishing. In those images, the disk-like structure appears against the backdrop of the Sun, visibly distinct, symmetrical, and immense. If Earth, represented as a blue dot, is so insignificant when compared to the Sun, then the circular object's size can be appreciated more fully. By visual comparison, the object rivals or exceeds the scale of our planet itself. This means it is not the size of a satellite nor the size of a spacecraft as humanity understands them. It is something far larger, something that, if measured by Earth standards, would be considered colossal. The geometry of the object only deepens the mystery. While natural formations such as solar flares or coronal loops are chaotic and fluid, this structure is sharply defined, circular, and deliberate in form. Its dimensions suggest not an accident of plasma, but the presence of a structure designed with purpose. If it is indeed a disc-shaped formation near the Sun, then it implies either a craft or an installation of staggering proportions, capable of withstanding one of the most hostile environments in the known universe. The implications of this are extraordinary. If such a structure can appear suddenly at the most hostile location in our solar system, it implies a level of technological mastery far beyond anything humanity has achieved. The Sun's surface burns at thousands of degrees, while its outer atmosphere reaches into the millions. Its gravitational field is so immense that it controls the orbits of every planet, asteroid, and comet across billions of miles. The constant barrage of solar wind, streams of highly charged particles, travels outward at tremendous speeds. No known spacecraft built on Earth could withstand even a fraction of these forces. Yet the object captured by the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory seems not only to withstand this environment, but to hold its position calmly within it. This consistency of sightings is not isolated. Over the years, multiple images and clips from solar observatories have revealed strange shapes, geometric forms, and disc-like objects appearing and disappearing near the Sun. Some take the form of elongated cylinders, others of perfect spheres, and now this, a vast disc-shaped structure. Together, they create a pattern that many believe points toward the presence of advanced craft or installations operating close to the Sun, hidden in plain sight and revealed only in fleeting moments when conditions align. the scale of the object also cannot be understated. When compared against the visible section of the Sun's surface, it becomes clear that this structure is massive. Its proportions stretch far beyond what one might expect from any ordinary spacecraft. To place it into perspective, even Earth itself would look small compared to the visible section of this formation. This suggests that if it is indeed a craft, it is more akin to a colossal station or engineered structure than a simple vehicle. The circular design is another striking element. Disks have long been associated with unidentified craft, appearing in countless reports across decades of skywatching. To see such a form near the Sun gives weight to the theory that these shapes are not coincidental or imagined, but deliberate, functional designs used by civilizations capable of traversing the stars. The idea that the Sun itself could be a hub of activity is unsettling to some and inspiring to others. It raises the question of whether these objects are merely observing, or whether they are engaged in more complex operations hidden from human understanding. Some theorists propose that the Sun, rather than being a place of destruction, may actually provide opportunities for advanced technology. It could serve as a nearly limitless energy source, offering fuel for propulsion or power for colossal stations. The gravitational influence of the Sun could also allow advanced craft to slingshot across the solar system or beyond, using maneuvers far beyond human engineering. If civilizations more advanced than ours exist, they might see the Sun not as a threat, but as a natural tool, one that can be harnessed with technology we cannot yet imagine. The sudden appearance of the object has also given rise to another line of thought, that such craft may already be stationed in or near our solar system, concealed most of the time, and only revealed under certain circumstances. The notion of cloaking technology is not far-fetched when considering that many military and scientific fields on Earth already experiment with forms of camouflage, adaptive materials, and light manipulation. If humanity has made early progress in this area, it stands to reason that a far more advanced civilization could have perfected it. What if countless structures sit quietly around our solar system, unseen, their presence only betrayed when solar activity, cosmic interference, or intentional choice causes them to reveal themselves? Observers note that the object seems unaffected by the solar environment. It neither burns nor disintegrates. It does not drift away under the force of solar wind. It appears stable, controlled, and deliberate. This suggests shielding or structural integrity beyond anything humans have developed. Even the strongest materials known on Earth would vaporize in seconds under such conditions, yet this object endures. For some, that endurance is the strongest evidence of all that it is not natural, but designed. Theories about its purpose abound. Some suggest it could be a monitoring station, watching not only the Sun, but also Earth and the inner planets. Others propose that it is a harvesting station, drawing upon the Sun's energy to sustain itself or fuel further travels. A more speculative view even imagines that the Sun itself could be a gateway, a vast energetic portal, and that this structure is somehow tied to its operation. Though speculative, these ideas arise naturally when faced with an object so clearly anomalous, so clearly separate from the usual activity of stars and planets. The repeated documentation of these objects also challenges the idea of coincidence. One sighting could be dismissed as an error in imaging, a trick of light, or a temporary malfunction. But multiple sightings over years, across different missions and telescopes, showing structured and geometric forms, begins to paint a different picture. If nothing else, it suggests that our solar environment is far more active and complex than official narratives often admit. For the broader public, these images spark a mixture of wonder and unease. The idea that vast objects may operate so close to our Sun creates a shift in perspective. Humanity often views itself as alone, fragile and central in its corner of the cosmos, but the presence of colossal structures capable of withstanding the power of a star suggests otherwise. It implies that intelligence exists beyond Earth, and that it is not distant but active, present, and perhaps watching. Governments and space agencies have often remained quiet on such anomalies, providing technical explanations that fail to satisfy those who study the images closely. For many, the silence only deepens suspicion. If these objects are known, why is the public not told more? If they are unknown, why are they not studied more openly? The lack of transparency adds to the sense that something is being withheld, whether by choice or by necessity. In the end, the images captured by the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory are more than curiosities. One reason for avoidance could be the sheer psychological impact on the public. Human beings find comfort in predictability, in the assumption that Earth is unique, and that humanity represents the pinnacle of technological achievement in its known universe. If governments admitted that colossal engineered structures were present near the Sun, objects capable of enduring solar winds, immense radiation, and temperatures that no human technology could withstand, then humanity's place in the cosmos would be instantly redefined. For some, this would inspire awe and curiosity. For others, it would provoke fear, helplessness, and even despair. Officials may believe that most people are not prepared to accept the reality of such immense and unexplained presences. Another factor is control. Knowledge is power, and if it were confirmed that advanced civilizations are operating near the Sun, no single nation would be able to claim dominance. Governments would lose the illusion of control over space, security, and even over their citizens. Military strategies and global politics would be thrown into chaos. How can any country assert superiority when another intelligence, vastly more advanced, is already present at the center of the solar system? The refusal to acknowledge these anomalies could therefore be an effort to preserve authority, stability, and the perception of human dominance. There is also the issue of religion and philosophy. Across cultures, belief systems are built upon the idea that humanity holds a special place in creation. The acknowledgement of vast structures near the Sun, structures that imply a civilization with technological capabilities far exceeding human understanding, would shake the foundations of these beliefs. Religious leaders might struggle to reconcile such revelations with established doctrine, while billions of individuals could face crises of faith. Officials may fear that releasing such information would unravel long-standing cultural frameworks, leading to instability far greater than they are willing to risk. Practical considerations also play a role. To study these objects openly would require vast resources, and more importantly, public justification for such an undertaking. Admitting their existence would mean acknowledging that something unknown, possibly incomprehensible, is operating in the heart of the solar system. Governments would be pressed to explain what they know, what they don't know, and what they intend to do about it. This would expose their limitations and vulnerabilities. Remaining silent, on the other hand, allows officials to avoid uncomfortable questions and maintain the appearance of control. There is also the possibility that the knowledge already exists but has been deemed too sensitive to release. If officials or space agencies have already collected data suggesting that these anomalies are engineered, they may have quietly classified this information, restricting it to a few individuals under the belief that humanity is not ready to face such truths. The fear of panic, of disorder, or even of misinterpretation could be driving this secrecy. They are windows into a larger mystery, one that stretches beyond scientific study and into the realm of human imagination and future possibility. They suggest that we are not alone, and that our Sun, the most dominant force in our sky, may not only give us light and life, but may also harbor secrets we are only beginning to glimpse. For now, the circular structure near the Sun remains unexplained, but it is far from forgotten. Each new sighting adds another piece to the puzzle, another fragment of evidence that our solar system is not empty, but alive with mystery. And perhaps one day, humanity will understand what these colossal visitors truly are, and why they have chosen to reveal themselves in fleeting moments before the unblinking eyes of our spaceborne observatories. During the Gemini 4 mission in June 1965, Brigadier General James McDivitt, who served in the United States Air Force, led the team as the commander. Aside from this notable assignment, he had been involved in various other missions as well. It was on this specific space journey that McDivitt encountered a remarkable sighting, leading him to express his experience in the following manner. The object in question possessed a clear and distinct form, resembling a cylindrical structure. It was predominantly white in color and featured an elongated appendage protruding from its side. This appendage, comparable to that of a beer can or a soda can, extended outward in a manner similar to a pencil or similar slender object. McDivitt had a strong suspicion that the object he observed was in close proximity to the spacecraft, yet he couldn't help but feel a sense of confusion. He said that he was faced with a perplexing situation where he couldn't ascertain whether the object before him was a tiny entity seen from up close or a colossal entity visible from a considerable distance. Unfortunately, there were no reference points or indicators to guide his judgment. Consequently, he found himself in a state of uncertainty regarding the actual size of the object. During that moment on the spacecraft, he said that there were 2 cameras that were floating in weightlessness. Sensing the urgency, he swiftly seized one camera and skillfully captured an image of the mysterious object that had caught their attention. Expanding on his proactive approach, he hastily secured the second camera and documented the scene, ensuring that they had a comprehensive record of the encounter. Fueled by a mix of curiosity and concern, he promptly activated the rocket control systems for fear that a collision might ensue. The gravity of the situation pushed him to take swift action. During that moment in time, they found ourselves adrift, unsure of our direction, without the means to verify which way we were heading. Nevertheless, as they continued to drift further, a subtle shift occurred. The warm rays of the sun embraced the spacecraft, delicately illuminating the window and casting a gentle glow within. Upon examining the spacecraft's windshield, he noticed that it was excessively dirty, hindering visibility just as a dirty automobile windshield would. Consequently, he made the decision to reactivate the rocket control engines, allowing him to maneuver the spacecraft and position the window in darkness once more. As a result of this action, the object that was previously observed had vanished entirely. Some individuals may opt for a conventional explanation, while others may assert that this constitutes compelling evidence of extraterrestrial existence. James McDivitt isn't the only astronaut to have a strange encounter. One of those most influential American heroes of the 1950s, as well as the key figure in helping to locate a number of nuclear sites all around the world, was that of Major Gordon Cooper. Gordon Cooper has been a part of a number of top-secret missions in space, with several revolving around the use of highly advanced technologies to locate locations of interest all around the world. Interestingly enough, during one of his many space missions, he had claimed to have come into contact with an extraterrestrial craft. During Gordon Cooper's space mission that included a solo journey with a planned 22-orbit trip around the Earth, he claimed to have seen a glowing object that appeared to be a bright green begin to slowly approach his spacecraft as he viewed it through a porthole. Additionally, the approach of the object was also picked up by the Muchea tracking station, located in the town of Muchea in Australia, confirming Cooper's encounter. This would lead to the astronaut eventually agreeing to take a 2-day mission, in which he would work to analyze footage and evidence of extraterrestrial visitation of the planet that would eventually lead to him giving a speech at the United Nations to discuss his findings. During his speech, he described later coming across evidence of extraterrestrial craft, gathered evidence of anomalous aircraft, as well as stating the following: "I saw with my own eyes a defined area of ground being consumed by flames, with 4 indentations left by a flying object which had descended in the middle of a field. Beings had left the craft. There were other traces to prove this. They seemed to have studied topography. They had collected soil samples, and eventually they returned to where they had come from, disappearing at enormous speed." End quote. Gordon Cooper would later go on to be a key figure in the awareness movement, and claimed that his findings and studies were being covered up by the United States government under the claim that he was a national security threat for inciting panic, despite his many years working for the government and assisting with efforts during the Cold War. As mentioned, numerous astronauts from NASA have openly expressed their convictions regarding unidentified flying objects, their sources, and the existence of extraterrestrial life. Throughout his life until his passing in 2004, Cooper remained steadfast in his willingness to voice his views. His commitment to unveiling what he firmly believed was a deliberate plot to conceal crucial evidence and withhold information never wavered. It is noteworthy that the ongoing disclosure projects worldwide owe a considerable debt to Cooper's active participation and valuable contributions. By embracing his insightful perspectives, these initiatives have been able to expand their reach and advance their objectives in shedding light on hidden truths. To merely label Cooper as a reliable witness would be a gross understatement, as his extensive background as a test pilot and a NASA astronaut speaks volumes about his credibility. His noteworthy experiences and accomplishments in these roles testify to his aptitude and expertise. Given his background and experience in both the military and NASA, it is essential to approach his assertions regarding the existence of extraterrestrial life and clandestine government projects with a greater sense of gravity. This individual has not only occupied influential positions within these institutions, but has also collaborated closely with intelligence agencies worldwide, most notably the CIA. Moreover, his extensive involvement with Lockheed Skunk Works, known for its pivotal role in secretive black budget initiatives, further reinforces the significance of his claims. The depth of his involvement in these organizations and his intimate knowledge of their inner workings warrant serious consideration of his statements. By expanding our understanding of his background and the covert programs to which he has been exposed, we gain a comprehensive perspective that sheds light on the magnitude and implications of his revelations. It is crucial that we approach this individual's assertions with an open mind, recognizing that his experiences and connections provide unique insights into the realm of classified operations and potential contact with extraterrestrial life. When considering the statements made by an accomplished figure like Gordon Cooper, it is important to question the motives of others who may be seeking attention or financial gain. It is only natural to wonder why someone who is widely regarded as being at the top of their profession would fabricate such extraordinary incidents. The depth of Cooper's expertise and experience suggests that he possesses unique insights into the inner workings of highly secretive environments. By delving deeper into this matter, we can gain a more comprehensive understanding of the potential reasons behind Cooper's claims and the implications they hold. Gordon Cooper, a highly acclaimed astronaut affiliated with NASA, has garnered numerous accolades for his extraordinary achievements. A testament to his prowess, he has accumulated an impressive record of spending an astounding 222 hours in the expanses of outer space. His list of accomplishments is both extensive and awe-inspiring. Notably, Cooper holds the distinction of being the first American astronaut to experience sleep in the unique environment of space. Additionally, his name is etched in history as the aviator who completed the longest recorded flight among the Mercury programs. Furthermore, Cooper's remarkable legacy includes the distinction of being the final American astronaut to embark on a solo mission that encompassed an entire orbit of the Earth. Through his exceptional feats and unwavering dedication, Cooper has solidified his place among the pioneers of space exploration. Despite having extensive experience working with NASA, Cooper's encounters with unidentified flying objects occurred exclusively during his tenure as a test pilot. One notable incident took place in 1951 when Cooper was stationed at a United States airbase in Germany as part of a project. While residing there, he witnessed peculiar aerial crafts traversing the skies, leaving him with a sense of astonishment and intrigue. This unique first-hand experience added depth to Cooper's already remarkable background and fueled his curiosity about the existence of extraterrestrial phenomena. During a series of consecutive nights, peculiar and futuristic-looking aircraft with a distinctive metallic, saucer-shaped design would manifest in the skies. Cooper, a seasoned observer of such phenomena, firmly believed that these crafts were not only controlled by intelligent beings, but also harbored doubts regarding their origin, suspecting that they did not originate from Earth. His extensive experience in encountering similar occurrences played a significant role in shaping his conviction. These unexplained aerial sightings left Cooper convinced that these unconventional vehicles were under the control of entities with advanced capabilities. One of his most widely recognized and extensively documented encounters occurred in 1957 within the state of California. During the extensive preparations for the upcoming rocket launch tests, scheduled for the 3rd of May in the year 1957, Cooper and his dedicated team were startled when an unidentified flying object descended and touched down at Edwards Air Force Base, located in the state of California. At a distance of around 50 yards from Cooper's team, there was a peculiar craft in the shape of a saucer that remained suspended in the air. Gradually, it started descending towards the ground. What was interesting about this craft were the 3 extensions resembling legs that protruded from its underside, aiding its gentle landing on the surface. After a brief period of time, the individuals comprising Cooper's team gradually approached this peculiar entity. As they advanced, it effortlessly floated upwards, soaring to great heights above them until it vanished from view. Throughout this astonishing spectacle, Absolute silence emanated from the vessel, leaving the team perplexed and captivated by the enigmatic nature of the encounter. In accordance with the established procedures for handling such unusual sightings, Cooper carefully prepared the film, ensuring its preservation and integrity before dispatching it to the Pentagon, the designated authority for analysis and investigation. However, to his dismay, the film never found its way back into Cooper's possession. The below video showcases Cooper discussing the events that unfolded both in Germany and California. In the year 1978, Cooper took the initiative to address the United Nations in the form of an open letter, earnestly imploring them to disclose essential information to the general public.